Hi, my name is Ariane Colden. I am a certified U.S. rowing coach and a current athlete for Dragonheart Vermont's women's premier paddling team. I'm also a group fitness instructor, and I'm here to talk about the rowing machine, or what often rowers will lovingly call the erg. So, we're going to go over some technique. We're going to go over the display screen and what we can take out of that and how it can influence our training. And let's get started. Now, for many, the erg can be incredibly intimidating. One, because a lot of people don't know how to use it or use it properly. And a lot of people don't know how to strap in and feel a little hesitation doing this at the gym. But we're gonna go over this. So first thing you wanna do, you wanna take a look at your foot plates. These foot plates and these straps are gonna hold your feet in while you're rowing. The most important piece is to make sure that we can have proper alignment in our stroke by taking these foot plates and ensuring that the strap crosses at about the ball of your foot or right below that big toe bone. The erg I'm working on today is a Concept 2, so I'll be going over some things on the screen that are going to be associated with this specific machine. But for the most part, they can apply to a lot of different ergs as well. So first thing you want to do, we want to go over the 4 different parts of the stroke. So the 4 different parts start with, and what most people pause at, called the finish. This finish is the first part of our stroke. We're going to have our arms nice and tight into the body, not too splayed out. Our shoulders aren't too pinched, nice and relaxed upper body, handlebar coming in right at the sports bra line. And if you don't have a sports bra, it's right underneath the nipple line, right to the chest. The second part of the stroke is going to be the recovery. That's when the arms come out, the body comes over, and we start to get up to the next part of the stroke called the catch. At the catch, we have our hands fully extended, our body over, and our legs at a vertical, or shins at a vertical position. The last part of the stroke is called the drive. That is when we apply pressure to the foot plates, swing our body back, and get back to the finish. Now, going through each different part and piece of this, at the finish, I had already gone over arms nice and tight to the body, nice relaxed upper body. If you think of your body as a clock, your sitting upright position is at that 12 o'clock, as if you were a hand on a clock. I want you to think of the finish as that 11 o'clock position. It's not too far back like this. That's going to start to put stress on your back. It's not too far forward. Right at that 11 o'clock position. And this is important, as we'll discuss later on, for finding power in our body swing. But we want to find that position here. The next step, arms away. Arms come out, extended in front of the body. The next step, body's over. Your body shifts from that 11 o'clock position through 12 o'clock, sitting upright, to a 1 o'clock position. We're not too far forward. That's going to start to put stress on our body. We're just slightly extended, slight hip flexion forward. The next step, going up, using our recovery to the catch, slide up, and drive. And we're going to do the same thing just backwards. So it was arms away, bodies over, legs up the slide. Now it's going to be legs back down the slide, body back over, and arms to chest. So arms away, bodies over, up the slide, back down the slide, bodies away, arms to the body. Now I know that's hard, but we can shorten it. So it goes arms, body, legs, legs, body, arms. So the last step is legs, body, arms. Arms, body, legs, legs, body, arms. Now that's a really helpful way to remember it. And when I first started rowing, that was the first thing that I would do, is I would repeat to myself, starting at the finish, arms, body, legs, legs, body, arms. Those are the 4 different parts of the stroke. We've got the finish, the recovery, the catch, and the drive. A fun little way to remember body positioning is the arms, body, legs, legs, body, arms, and you'll be good to go. Now, each part of this has different muscles and different things you have to look out for. When I see a lot of people row at the gym who have not been shown how to do this, I see a lot of movement where the legs are coming up towards the catch and the body is still positioned back. So you're almost leading with your butt. We don't want that. We want arms, body first, so that the spine is neutral. It's not extended too far forward. We're not rolling back. Nice and neutral. Coming up the slide, the weight should be on the front of your sits bones. If it's back here, that's putting the weight back into the lower back. So when you do press for the drive, you're putting a lot of emphasis and pressure on those back muscles. We don't want that. We want all of that pressure in the longest, strongest muscles in our body, the quads, the hamstrings, the calves, and the core. So we want to lead forward. We're not arching the back. Our back is neutral, neutral spine. We're leading with our weight on the front of our sits bones, and we come forward to the drive. The drive should stop about here. That's where my ankles and my knees are in line. If your knees are over your toes, you've gone too far. We stop here and we drive back. When we drive back, we are pushing that weight, all of that pent-up energy as we're crunched into the catch, into the foot plates. I want you to imagine as if you were trying to push so hard into the foot plates you were trying to stand up. So push, 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 push. Then we move into, again, the body swing. So pushing, and we stop here. As we push, the second part of the stroke, that's one of the most strongest, is the body swing. So we're at the catch, we drive back through the feet, and we body swing back. That is the last part of our power in our stroke. Now, often what people think is that the rower is an arms workout. It's not. Although it does work out your arm muscles, the majority of the power needs to come from the strongest, most powerful muscles in your body, your legs. So when we come up to the catch, we're driving into that foot plate, we're body swinging, and the last step we do is bringing those arms into the chest, nice and linear. Now, the arms, for a lot of CrossFitters, are something that they emphasize, I've noticed. When you body swing back, a lot of them will come all the way back here, and the handlebar will come up to their chest, over their chest actually, almost to their throat. This extra energy that you're using is not really going towards anything. The power application that you've already applied is where the most of your stroke and your split is going to drop. This up here is not going to help you. In fact, it's only going to put stress on your lower back. So, arms away, body's over, up the slide, catch. Pushing into that foot plate, body swing back with the handlebars to the chest. Hopefully this was helpful. Gave a little bit of insight on the parts and pieces of the stroke. This was just a little mini overview of what to do. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. And thanks for watching. So as I've explained, this is a concept 2. So the screens are going to look a little bit different on different machines. But when we click just row, you'll see obviously a bunch of different zeros. But each of these categories is going to mean something different and be really helpful to monitor, track our progress, and to guide our workouts. So this first big number right here in the center of the screen. That is called your split. It's going to estimate how long it would take you based off of the power you're applying to the stroke, how long it would take to row 500 meters. Now your meterage is right here, right below it. That is how many meters you would row if you were out on the water. Up in the top right-hand corner of your screen, that is your stroke rate. That's another great thing to use to guide your workouts. That is how fast you are taking a stroke per minute. So as I row here, nice and slow, it'll show me that I am at about 18 strokes per minute. Now about 18 to 22 is a normal range for training technique and steady state workouts. Above that is just your time elapsed. Below here, it'll show you your average. So this is your average split pace throughout the whole workout. I want you to think of this as if you're a runner. So this is the pace that you're currently rowing at. This is going to be your average pace throughout the whole row. And then below that would be your projected meterage if you were to row for 30 minutes straight. So that is the Concept 2 main screen. A few other helpful screens too. If you click display, it'll show you your power application throughout the stroke. So as I apply power, it will start to show what my stroke looks like and how much power is being applied where. So ideally, these types of curves should look like a bell curve. I'm rowing a little bit funky right now because I have my phone right in front of the screen. However, ideally, it should be a bell curve where the power is evenly applied right up to the top amount of power and then evenly goes back down as you bring the handlebar into the chest. That is a great way to look at your power application and see where you're applying power. Now, some people will have strokes that look like this, where all of the power is applied in the very beginning, and it slowly loses that power application throughout the stroke. Or you'll get something like this. When you see something like this, this usually means that the power is being applied towards the end of the stroke, and the culprit is often you pulling with your arms too much, ripping that handlebar into the chest a little too hard. And there's a lack of power application on the front end of the stroke as you come up to the catch and you push into those foot plates. So what we want is we don't want too much arms and we don't want only legs. We want a combination of both, a nice bell curve of a stroke. Again, mine might look a little funky because I'm rowing kind of weird. But ideally, we want it to look nice and smooth and not too choppy.